Hey, Jimmy with Cuffin Stuff. Well, here comes New Year's 2024. How about that? We're gonna make a traditional low country South Carolina meal for New Year's. This is South Carolina Hoppin' John. Now, if you don't know what Hoppin' John is, it's okay. You've probably eaten it and not known that's where it came from or what it was called. Hoppin' John is a rice and black-eyed pea dish that came from the coastal region of South Carolina way back before the Civil War. Rice was prevalent on the coast, peas came in, they made it together, they put whatever they had together. So if you've ever wondered where peas for pennies, greens for dollar bills, and ham hocks for luck came, that's where it came from. So hang tight. Okay, first thing we got to do is we got to get our ham hock, and don't use bacon, use ham hock. Okay, I've got a couple I'm gonna put in here and put in the water. I'm gonna get them to a rolling boil, and it's gonna take about 30 to 40 minutes to tender them up, and that's the first step. Okay, well, finally our ham hocks have started to tender up, starting to fall off the bone here. So it's time to add our veggies. You know, I can't believe it, but it took almost an hour. All right, so there's our bell pepper, our garlic, and our onions. And we're gonna put them in the pot. They're gonna start cooking and flavoring up our pot here. Stir it up. I hope you can see how this is tendering up. Let's put them in the pot, and we're gonna let this go probably 15 minutes or so and let these veggies start tendering up. Okay, you see, I've just about got my rice clean. I've got all the starch out of it. You want to run this through, pour the water off 4 or 5 times anyway. And what that does is that just gives you good clean rice. And when I say clean rice, it doesn't clump, doesn't stick together. So if you never saw your grandmother do this, if you did, that's why she was doing it. Okay, we've let this go. The veggies have cooked about 15 minutes or so. All right, so it's time. Let's start adding our seasoning. Look, there you go. We're gonna start with Uncle Steve's shake. This is Lucky Shake. I'm gonna put that's about 3 teaspoons. I know that's a lot, right? With that, I'm gonna add a big pinch of salt. This is onion powder, about 2 tablespoons. This is garlic powder, about the same. This is paprika. Depends on where you're from, how you pronounce it, about half as much. This is cayenne pepper, about a teaspoon. And just to add a little punch to it, I'm gonna add about a tablespoon, maybe just a little more, of pepper vinegar. And last but not least, I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of seasoned salt. So let's stir this up. Oh my goodness, I can smell this. All right, I've got my washed rice that I'm gonna add. I'm gonna pour it in. All right, let's stir this in. Now I've got my rice covered. I want my rice to cook. Now that's not instant rice, that's the real McCoy. So we're gonna bring it back up to a boil, and we're gonna let that boil for maybe 10 minutes, and then we'll bring you back. All right, well, we've let this go for about 15 minutes. The rice is well underway. Let's take the top off here. Let's turn it down to simmer. And remember our peas. Now these were washed, cleaned, separated, and cooked beforehand, just in a little bit of salt in the water. Let's pour them in. And we're gonna stir them in the pot. And we're gonna put the lid back on. And we're gonna let this go, oh, a good 15-20 minutes, maybe longer than that. We'll see. Okay, our Hoppin' John is ready. Let's put it in a bowl and try it. All right. Goodness. All right. Hot, hot. That's it. The ham hock, all the spices. Uncle Steve shake. Bet they didn't put it back in the 1800s in there. All right. So Hoppin' John, greens, the black-eyed peas for pennies, the greens for dollars, and the cornbread for gold. Thanks for sticking around. Until next time, Happy New Year, and hang tight.